All right, we are live. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Sunday, October 22nd. The time is 4:27 p.m. and the temperature right now is around 14 degrees Celsius. I'm standing here at the south end of the Chinatown neighborhood. Steph Curry is here. And for this one, I am not alone.
Hi.
We're here
What's up?
Action Kid. Adam C is here. Vivian Johnson's here. Eugenate is here. And Action Kid is here. And
my full day in Toronto. I'm loving it so far.
I am here as well. So we've been out filming. We had lunch earlier. We had some Korean food. We made a video through Kensington Market. I don't know if I should have shared that or not. That'll be on Action Kid's channel pretty soon. And then Action Kid and myself, we each made our own videos. And then we had some bubble tea. So now we are going south down Spadina. We're going to be making our way over to around the Distillery District. So I don't know if this will be the longest stream in the world, but it will at least be a decent length. Probably not as long as Action Kids.
This will be a brand new section of the city for me. Never been to Distillery District.
Yeah, and have you been through the entertainment district?
No.
Have you been along Queen West?
Nope.
All right. We'll just take a look north into Chinatown. '21st Century says the collaboration that has come true.
Yeah, I mean, I have to, right? It's Johnny Stride's hometown.
Hopefully the audio is okay.
This seems like a very dangerous bike path.
Well,
no protection
these
at
are
all.
sharrows, and they are the stupidest thing ever because it's just understood that cyclists share with cars anyways when there's no dedicated bike lane. So, like, what purpose? It just makes drivers feel more comfortable to pass cyclists closely. Like, you don't have those in New York, do you?
No, we have them there, but it's like, this is not really that good. It's just awareness that there's bikes, but there's no physical protection.
And feel free to ask me or Action Kid anything. I'll relay questions over to him. Thank you, Yogi, for confirming the audio is perfect.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, I have to be careful because my mic is rubbing against my puffy jacket here.
Action Kid is committing what I consider to be a cardinal sin, wearing loud, swishy clothing. He probably just walks a little quieter than me. And you did your first live stream yesterday down Yonge Street. How was that?
It was an experience. I mean, I got to see a lot of different neighborhoods, and I was just surprised at how busy Toronto can get.
Cool. And this is October. This isn't exactly like July or August. I really hate this condo here. Look at it. It's blocking the CN Tower. This used to be such an awesome view. Hang Mao says the puffy jacket is back. And we have hit 160 viewers, 3 minutes and 52 seconds into the stream. So thanks for joining, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Head over to Action Kid's channel if you want to see more videos from around Toronto from his perspective.
Okay.
And hopefully I don't pick up a content ID match for that cheesy guitar strumming. So I think we're gonna go left at Queen West here for a little bit, then maybe we'll head down John.
I was just gonna say, is that Queen Street? And
That is Queen Street.
I'm right. I'm getting used to the streets now.
That guy pulled out his camera.
Oh. So there's College, there's Dundas, and there's Queen. Those are the three major streets that come after each other. And
In between College and Dundas, though, is also Gerrard. But that is east of University. That's a little complicated.
That's not a big enough street, I think, as compared to Queen and College. And all the big ones are in order from like downtown Bloor, Church, College, Queen, and then King, and then there's oh wait, I forgot Dundas. Dundas is between Queen and College.
It's his second day. He's getting his bearings.
I'm getting used to it.
He's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think I'm doing good. East to west, I still got to work on. Like, I know Young, that's pretty much it. Like, I know Spadina is way off to the west.
Oh, we got a question from Arsenal. Hey guys, just wondering if you've been influenced by each other's videos. I would be lying if I said I wasn't. I think the main thing I took from Action Kid that he was doing that no one else was doing was the narration. I also got into e-scooter videos because of him, but the big thing I took from him was the narrated videos. He was the only one doing it.
Yeah, I mean, at that time, I didn't really think too much about it. I was like, why don't I just talk about stuff and tell you like what I believe about a neighborhood and some other nice things I see. And I've even learned a lot of things from Johnny with equipment setup and how connections work. And
are you calling me a nerd?
yeah.
So this is Queen Street West. Hello KDM, Lisa is here, Marge is here, Trinitech is here. Thanks for joining in.
So this would be the West Queen West neighborhood?
No. West Queen West is to the right of here past Bathurst.
Okay.
Here, we're gonna cross here.
So what would this be considered?
Most people would just call this Queen West.
Oh, Queen West. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing with Queen Street East, West Queen West, Queen Street West, West Queen.
C-Pand was just here earlier. So Action Kid told me off the record that Toronto is a much better city than New York and Miami, and that he really regrets moving to Miami and not living here. Mike Landry, $5. Hello, Johnny and Action Kid.
What's up, Mike Landry?
Thank you, Mike Landry, as I look squinty into the sun.
We have to talk over the.
It wouldn't be an Action Kid live stream if we weren't asking if he's moved to Toronto. Welcome to Queen Street West. This is the more like commercialized part of it.
Okay.
There's like a legendary music tavern, the Horseshoe. That's me. Hello.
I watch you all the time.
Did you recognize this guy?
I don't actually, yes.
Yeah, I'm busy from New York.
He does recognise it.
Oh well.
Before I moved to Toronto, I watched your videos to get the measuring place up.
Awesome. From Ireland?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, welcome to Toronto. Nice to meet you. You found a good spot too.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Horseshoe Tavern. Good spot.
All right. Cheers.
See you later, lads.
A couple of friendly guys from Ireland. There's an H&M across the street.
Okay, so I see this is more of like a shopping district. Like
Yeah, it's
low-key shopping district.
It's more major, big corporate chains these days. It used to be a lot smaller. It kind of had a cooler vibe, but that's been shifting further and further to the west. Steve's Music has been there forever. That's like an icon in the area. Someone said Action Kid lived in New York. He can handle Toronto.
As long as I know where the street names are in relation to the grid, I think I'll be good. That's gonna take a while though.
Rich Benison, $10. Hi, Johnny Strides and Action Kid. Enjoying the
What's
walk.
up, Rich?
Thank you, Rich. Thank you
you.
for your support. This will not be the last of our collaboration streams. Stay tuned for more of those. I don't know what Action Kid has planned for his channel, but I'm going to have him around for another stream or two. There's Brandy Melville. What's interesting about this store is all their clothes is just one size.
Really? So
Yeah.
how does that work?
They just have one size. Vivian Johnson, $13.99. Buy a coffee for you and AK. Welcome to Toronto. Thank you very much, Vivian Johnson, our moderator. and CEO extraordinaire. This white and red building is one of my favorite of the new condos that have gone up lately.
It looks pretty interesting because it has like a multi-level like gaps in the floors.
Yeah, and it's not just a boring glass box. It's kind of nice. There's Lush, a store you can smell from a mile away. And we are coming up on Soho.
Soho? There's a Soho in New York City?
Oh, it's a little bit better, this one, I think. There's
still a shopping district here.
Mountain Equipment Co-op. I hope this isn't a cover song. All right, guys, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna have to mute it just for about 20 seconds. We'll get the volume back in a second. All right, we're back. I was just a little worried about a cover song. This is one of the oldest pubs in Toronto, the Black Bull.
Since 1833.
Yeah. I don't know if the
Black
pub.
Bull. Hey, e-scooter repair.
Yeah, that's where I go. Repair and run. That's the place where I got a flat tire. I took it there.
Oh wow.
When I had brake issues, I took it there. That's the place to get your e-bike and e-scooter fixed. I got the Ad Motor disc brake rub fixed there. So we are in Queen West. Hello, Maria. And if you're just tuning in, we are joined by Action Kid.
Hey, I'm loving the vibes in Queen West already. I see a lot of neighborhoods that are very similar to it back home in New York. Has a very like Brooklyn feel to it.
You said that about Kensington Market too a little earlier.
Yeah.
There's a vintage shop that's been here forever, the Black Market. And I should mention, I think Action Kid is planning on streaming later tonight or this evening.
I'll try. I'll
He
see
might.
how I feel.
I'm going to be streaming tonight on the Johnny Stumbles channel. That one might come a little later than usual. Normally I've been doing it at like 7:30. But I've got another video to film after this live stream, so who knows? Oh, we got a city sightseeing bus.
I was thinking about taking one of those.
That's about $60. Jennifer Gala says, nice to see us both. It's good to see they have actual functioning streetcars along Queen. But notice how the streetcars aren't separated from traffic.
Yeah, and this one's not in service, so.
MGC Chan, $10. What about donuts for you too? Oop. Thank you, MGC Chan. We'll be sure to have some donut at some point.
Hey, don't count Tim Hortons down. They're pretty good here.
No pretentious vegan donuts for AK. He wants the good old Timmy's. Yeah, this is one of the best streets to record on. So this building on the right used to hold much music, and there used to be Speaker's Corner in the corner, which is no longer there. And you went to Grange Park, you said?
Yeah, I did.
It's right here.
Oh, I didn't even know it was so close.
Yeah,
Dundas Street
that's
is up
Grange
there.
Park right there. POV HFR, $2. Cheers to you, an Action Kid. Thank you very much. I'm doing the Action Kid of flipping the camera around every time we get a... You know what, let's go down John Street. I know you're digging the Queen Street vibes,
John Street it is.
but you have not seen John in the entertainment district, so say goodbye to Queen
By Queen, it looks like it gets more commercial down there.
And welcome to the entertainment district. We're going south down the east side of John Street. KDM says the devil's advocates.
Now it's Richmond. Is there anything interesting on Richmond on either side?
It's got a great bike lane on it if you're going east-west. Yeah, Yuck Yuck's Comedy Club is that way. There's a lot of stuff.
Huh.
Mostly just bars and restaurants. And this is like the old clubbing district.
Okay. Michael's Art and Crafts.
This movie theater is getting torn down. They're going to be building a condo there.
Wow.
So we're going to be saying goodbye to that. This is like a bowling alley pub. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a big outdoor drinking patio. So we are in the entertainment district. Nicholas asks, have you guys been to the CN Tower? I've been to the CN Tower, but I don't think this guy has been.
I went to the base of it, but never to the top.
And
There's a cool looking elevator.
You're planning on going and recording up there?
I'll see. It all depends on the weather and the availability. I don't know how busy it gets.
All right. Marge, get a Craig's cookie for you and AK, $6.99. Thank you, Marge. Lisa K. Beecham, $1.99 super chat. I'm gonna lump you guys together. Thank you, Marge. Well, Action Kid. Thank you very much for your support. And we gotta get you a delicious Craig's cookie. I'm sure we will at some point.
I don't think the CN Tower gets busy. There's a line to go up, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
But I would go during a weekday when it's clear, just to like...
Yeah, that's my plan.
Maximize avoiding...
I wouldn't want to go on a weekend. I would think it would get a lot more busy.
So I think we've got a lot of the after Blue Jay game crowd coming up.
There was a Blue Jay game last night. It was kind of busy.
Yep.
And that was also during the Nuit Blanche when I walked through it and I saw all the Blue Jay fans coming out.
That guy's e-bike sounded like it was going to fall apart. There's the Marshalls. Sorry if I missed some of your questions, guys. I'm also trying not to trip over myself. The state of the roads here are pretty bad. Have you noticed that?
Bad, yeah. They're very bumpy and patchy.
Not great for little e-scooter wheels.
I've seen you go on this street a few times, Adelaide, but I don't really know what's on it.
Adelaide will lead us right through the financial district. You get one of those like awesome skyscraper canyons on Adelaide. I really like this new condo here. I like the reddish brown brick. So this is Adelaide, then just south of here will be King Street. Look at this crowd of people coming up. 21st Century, £5. Thanks so much for sharing time with Action Kid. Which foodie experiences in Toronto would you recommend to Action Kid? 21st Century, thank you very much for your support at foodie experiences. I've already recommended a few to him. And if you're curious, you can find them on the Action Kid Extra channel. He recorded one earlier today. I'm not trying to give a cop-out for answering by telling you to go to his other channel. Here, let's just go this way a block and then we'll come back. I'll show you like Restaurant Row on King. And here is a Hooters.
I find Toronto a little bit strange because you have these low-rise homes and then these huge condos and skyscrapers.
Well, look at this new thing going up right there. That just appeared out of nowhere. As for the foodie experience, yeah, I recommended he go to Holy Chuck. You can see that on AK Extra. It's one of the best hamburgers in the city. We're gonna go a block this way. And
that was my first ever meal in Canada. I was really impressed.
Yeah, the Okonomiyaki, the Okonomi House is something I definitely will be recommending to him. It's probably my favorite value meal. It's like this awesome Japanese place on Charles Street that's not that expensive. We went to Koreatown earlier today. You can see a picture of that actually on my Instagram, and I think there'll be a video soon on AK Extra. I'm not really a foodie myself. I kind of rate food as like good or bad. So we're gonna go to Peter down, and then we'll go along King pretty much all the way into the St. Lawrence.
You know what I hate about these glass skyscrapers too?
The sun?
Yeah, they reflect so much sun. It also blocks the light too.
Yeah, and they're not very good in terms of like heat and cold insulation. Here's something you do not have a lot of in Manhattan, these kind of dark alley streets.
Yeah,
there's only like 5 or 6, and there's like 1 or 2 of them that they use for movies, and they dress it up to look different every time. I watched a thing on that.
Cortlandt Alley.
Yeah, people assume New York is this city with all these dangerous laneways, but they have like 6.
That's furthest from the truth. There's no dark alleys that exist in New York.
All right, we got to get to the other side of the street, maybe.
It's so bright here.
I can't see the screen, guys. Did I just? Sorry if I miss anything. I literally cannot see my screen. The good news is this
here though. There's like construction, and you can't.
Yeah. The New Yorker is questioning if we can cross. But this sun is awful. Sorry, guys, I cannot see your chat. But this next street we're going to is Peter Street, but south of King it turns into Blue Jays Way. See, you get that, you get closer down there, but there's like an awesome skyscraper canyon effect.
Pretty cool. One thing you have to be careful of crossing the street are these patchy surfaces as well as the streetcar rails.
He's not impressed with the quality of our streets, but very few people are. Oh, he just walked into a wall of Blue Jay fans.
Those are the things that USB launch.
What do you get? I hate walking on the left of people.
Me too.
Hello, Minecraft player, says hi, Johnny and Action Kid. We are going south. You can see the Sky Dome right at the end.
That's right near the CN Tower.
Have you done any walks like around the Bronx before a Yankee game or after?
I have, yeah.
Is it a good atmosphere, or does everyone just go straight to the metro?
Everyone just pretty much goes straight to the train and hangs out around the stadium if they're like waiting for people.
Are there a lot of bars and restaurants, or is it just kind of...
Not really too much in that area.
It seems kind of like a waste.
Yeah, it's kind of an area where it's like in the middle of like nowhere. There's a lot of highways and like not much going on over there.
Vivian Johnson says no time to fix the streets, too busy building up. Well, Action Kid, notice we have a nice combination of enormous high-rises and low-rise houses. And that's just the way the city is zoned. There's no real medium density zoning in a lot of areas. So when developers can build on a land, it's kind of like squeezing like your skin and like bursting a pimple. Like it all just pops up in like one big high-rise because the demand is there and there's nowhere else to put all the units.
Here's King Street, the entertainment district, right?
Yep. Ooh, this building has a neat kind of exposed, almost looks like a cantilever on there. Okay, we're gonna go left here. When you're doing like your nighttime videos, you want to go that way on King.
Okay.
That's where all the
underground.
a lot of the fun is that way. Alexander D. Poet. $5 and keep going. Thank you very
Alexander.
much. Thank you. Whoops. Thank you very much. Alexander?
This doesn't seem as busy as Queen Street.
No, but there's a lot less like retail here. Oh,
Yeah.
Restaurant Row is going to be packed.
Oh, it looks busy, especially from the baseball game.
Yeah, all the blue. Well, we've got a winning team this year. Might be more interesting to be on that south side. King Street here is a transit priority corridor, so it makes it very easy to cross. In all but 2 intersections, cars can't go straight. They have to turn on and off.
I see.
The idea is to have less traffic so the streetcar can get through. Because during non-pandemic times, this was like a big rush hour bottleneck and the streetcars would be backed up. HT, new sub here, just got your live recommendation. Been a long time Action Kid viewer, you guessed, for 4 years. Welcome, HT. Thanks for subbing. You'll be getting a heavy dose of Toronto through Action Kid's channel. And now that you're subscribed to mine. I don't know, this side of the street looks so busy from back there. No, it doesn't, right?
Maybe it's behind this sign, I'm not sure.
This is Restaurant Row, where suburbanites come to eat.
Restaurant Row, huh?
And there's TIFF, Bell Lightbox. That's where the Toronto International Film Festival is headquartered.
What kind of restaurants are mainly located here?
There's a mix, a little bit of everything. Unfortunately,
Clean eating and dirty drinking over here. That's a pretty funny slogan.
the Hey Lucy Cafe, it's always busy, or there's always someone playing like loud music and you have to like keep walking.
No, we're like, where do you want to go? We're getting angry.
All right, so we have made it back to John Street. So we're kind of in the heart of the entertainment district.
And there's a show going on there too. I can see why it's called the Entertainment District.
Yeah, that's the Princess of Wales Theater. That was built for Miss Saigon, actually. You know what? Let's go to that side.
Okay.
If we can navigate the crowd.
So King Street will kind of be like the equivalent of Broadway in New York.
But so Yonge Street also has a bunch of theaters on it.
Okay.
There's the Mirvish Theater, there's the Elgin and Winter Garden, and there's Massey Hall even at Shooter.
It's a good view of the CN Tower.
Action Kid is enamored with the CN Tower.
It stands for Canada National, the railroad company that built it.
Oh, someone's been studying for their videos.
It's funny, I know a lot about Toronto, but I don't know where anything is.
Alex saw Daniel Craig here when he was present weeks ago. HT says, how was your week, Johnny and Action Kid? Oh, well, I consider Sunday the first day of the week, so far my week has been good. I think Action Kid has had a good day as well.
I've been seeing a lot throughout the city of Toronto. It's going to take a lot more than just 2 days to see everything here and to experience everything.
Sorry, the chat's kind of going by fast. We're up to 542 viewers. Thanks for tuning in, guys. So Singing in the Rain is what is playing at the Princess of Wales Theater. This is one of the ugliest buildings you will ever see. We'll go get a better look at it. Metro Hall. And this is the Canadian Walk of Fame.
Oh, right here.
We have Gordon Lightfoot, Brian Adams, Anne Murray, Viola Desmond, David Suzuki, Ted Rogers. Ooh, get Ted Rogers off of there. Just kidding. Andy Kim, Leonard Cohen.
I see many places copying this from Hollywood.
Many what?
Many places copying this from Hollywood. In Miami, there's a Latin Hall of Fame too.
Apparently the one in Hollywood is kind of like beat up.
Yeah, it is. I went there.
And it's not in a good area. Like, people go there and they're all disappointed. It's like crumbling.
I know. And it's really hard to figure out like where your favorite star is. Like, you look down, some of them are like in different spots.
And there's another big theater coming up here on the left. This is the Royal Alex Theater. So if you're just tuning in, we are making our way over to the St. Lawrence neighborhood. And Action Kid saw Dundas Square and Yonge Street last night. He did a walk through Nuit Blanche, which you can find on his channel. What is playing here?
Peacock Square. I was just here.
Here, let's go across the street.
Night.
You were here last night?
Yeah. I was on the other side though, walking along whatever that street is. On the south side.
Well, I'm going to show you the ugliest building you will ever see.
Alright.
At least in my opinion. That's the Ritz-Carlton right there. I did a video in there.
The Ritz-Carlton, the ugliest building?
No,
Oh.
it is.
Yeah, I remember this. I went down there and I went to the waterfront.
Oh. Well, we're going to keep going that way. But there is the fantastically hideous Metro Hall. I can't think of anything more offensive to my eyes. Maybe Robarts Library, but I kind of like
That's a library?
the brutalist nature of it. Mini Zine says, so great to see collabs between YouTubers. High Fiver, $10, anything but a dog. Oh, High Fiver,
Hey.
you have just challenged Action Kid to try his first Toronto street meat.
Oh.
Feel like a street dog?
We'll try it.
Thank you very much, High Fiver, for your support and your super chat. And there is Roy Thompson Hall. Zero Street Dogs meter.
What's in Roy Thompson Hall? Is it a performing arts center?
It is. It's where the Toronto Symphony Orchestra performs.
Uh-huh.
And we've got Royal Alex.
Musical legend.
We walked by, you would have been right by where he was born on St. Clair when you went the wrong way at Yonge and St. Clair yesterday.
Yeah.
You would have been right across the street. Not where he was born, where he like basically lived most of his life. Christopher Haydock does not like Metro Hall. Look at Action Kid.
I know, I'm looking
He's never
around.
seen so many fabulous skyscrapers in his life before.
What skyscraper is that? What skyscraper is this? Tallest building in Toronto right there, BMO. That's First Canadian Place. I know that one.
Did I tell AK about mall security filming? I recommended that he uses his smaller pocket camera for recording in the mall and then hold your cell phone in your other hand to shield it. But I think he ignored me and just went ahead and brought the big ass gimbal into the mall.
I mean, I've only tried the Eaton Center and the one in Chinatown. That's it. I like to check out the path eventually. A lot of people are telling me to visit the path.
I might pick like a shitty weather day to do that.
Okay.
The less you know about the path, the better it'll be. It's kind of like
How do you even access? Can you access it from the Eaton Center?
any of these buildings, most of these
Really?
buildings we can. These buildings, yeah. We're about to go by St. Andrews subway station. That's connected to the path. A lot of buildings.
Okay.
So this is Simcoe Street. So that'll take you down to Front Street. We're going to keep going along King a little bit.
Okay. And I've also learned that Front Street used to be the former waterfront of Toronto.
Yes, it's all on reclaimed
then-
land south of there.
Yep. That's why there's Lakeshore Road, right? Is it?
Lakeshore
And then-
Boulevard, yep.
Lakeshore Boulevard, I was close. And then Queens Quay.
KCK2
After that.
Derub, thank you for the super chat and your support. Got any more Toronto facts to drop on us?
I'll see, I don't know. I just know Entertainment District, but I didn't know what was here. Financial District's that way.
Okay, for the next minute, Action Kid is going to guide you guys around New York, or around Toronto. He's holding the gimbal. This is his stream now. Let's go down King and you explain.
Okay. Why is this tilting like weird?
Oh, you got to kind of like
Oh.
compensate for it. It's,
Huh.
you get the hang of it.
I know it's hard.
Oh, so it's a little bit more to the right with your setup.
I just naturally like.
Yeah, I see that. All right, so I guess I'm taking over Johnny Stride's stream now.
But the super chats still go to me, so
Yeah.
this is kind of the best of all worlds here. Oops, sorry.
Vivian Johnson says, just goes to show how much one can learn from a YouTuber. Yeah, I mean, Johnny knows a lot. He lives here. I'm the one who doesn't.
But in New York, the shoe was on the other foot, right? So.
Yeah. Hey, we got a super chat from Ron6751, $5. What's the biggest difference and similarities between Toronto and New York City?
Well, thank you for the super chat, Ron.
Thank
I'll
you,
let
Ron.
Action Kid take this one.
Since I've been in Toronto for 2 days, I can already tell you the vibes in both places are very similar to each other. This area, especially around the downtown areas, very similar to Midtown Manhattan, for sure. And I mean, they do have a developed public transportation system that's very similar. Differences between them, you know, New York subway system is a lot older, so it often has more maintenance, it's dirty, breaks down. Toronto is a little bit newer, but it's not as well developed. So those are some similarities and differences.
I would say you have better subway service. We have better bus service. Like there's some give and take there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a streetcar system like here. Jeanette Morales. What's up, Jeanette Morales?
Jeanette. All right, let's give Action Kid a round of applause. Maybe I'll put him on the spot again. For a snacky for Johnny and Action, $20.
Thanks, Jeanette.
Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you very much. As we are at University, and thank you to Action Kid for piloting the ship for a little bit. Let's look south towards.
By the way, what is this? University Ave. This is the subway entrance.
That'll take you into St. Andrew Station.
St. Andrews.
And into the path. Clayton Crawford, $1 super chat. Clayton Crawford, thank you. And thanks to all 635 people so far in the chat. Like,
It'll take some
subscribe,
time to.
blah, blah, blah.
It'll take some time to get used to where everything is here, the subway station names. I almost got tripped up yesterday because I took the subway station at Dundas Street, but it was called St. Patrick instead.
Well, we already have a Dundas station and a Dundas West station.
So it's kind of like they need a second Dundas West station. Call it Dundas West number 2.
Dundas and University.
I mean, the New York City subway, they have the same street name.
Can you read Hanja? Thank you for the 200 Japanese yen.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I cannot
Thank
read
you.
your name.
I can't read it.
If it were in Korean, I could.
Huh.
Have you been through this part of the financial district?
I kind of feel like. No, this doesn't seem familiar to me. I
So-
walked through the TD Center on the way here. which was where is it? I walked right through the middle.
So we are heading east along the south side of King Street, making our way, I think, around the Distillery District is the final destination. And there's a decent crowd of people making a, ooh, look at this little car.
That's a classic car. Still running well.
Ryan Rides is here. He says he has a extra scooter. I have 2 extra scooters. We appreciate the offer. I've let Action Kid know he could take any of my scooters out to record a video. And he can even keep my worst one. What a nice guy. You can have my worst one.
Maybe if I had a need to it, I'll take it out, but I'm very good with using the streetcars and the subways for now.
Are you gonna try one of these bike shares?
I don't think so. I mean, you know what the problem with these are? I look at these bike share stations, they're all full. Where would you return one if you need to?
I think the app will tell you, but it's a good point.
Yeah. And the subway's the same price as the bike, and you get unlimited time for 2 hours. This, you only have 30 minutes.
You are loving our 2-hour transfer window period,
It's
aren't you?
amazing. You can go out to pee if you need to and not have to pay again.
Sadly, there's not too many places where you can go do that here in the subway station. There's
Tallest building in Toronto.
that building is a cousin of the Aon Center in Chicago, same designer. They were both originally clad with the same Italian marble, and they both have been reclad due to problems with that marble.
That waterfall is pretty cool.
So it's safe to say you're enjoying the city?
Yeah, pretty much. I still have to check out the underground though.
Oh, the Path
The
Network?
path. I guess this is the path, the Toronto Dominion Center concourse.
It's connected to the Path. You could enter in the Path from either side of the street here.
Okay.
And you get, if we come into this little courtyard here of the very classic TD Center, and you look up, you get one of the best pictures you can get in the city.
I think when I do my path video, if I ever start it, I'll start it from First Canadian Place, the tallest building.
Well, if you stand here, enable wide angle, and look up, you can get like the tips of all these different skyscrapers in one shot. It's kind of a neat. I don't know if I'm in exactly the right place, but it's kind of a.
Yeah.
I don't think Action Kid seems too impressed. He's like,
I'm
that's.
impressed. You know what's so funny? Like, the big 4 accounting firms are like right next to each other. E&Y, KPMG, and Deloitte. Right there, like next. And then Price Waterhouse, I think, is like somewhere down there.
Well,
So.
TD. Doesn't TD own them now?
I'm not sure.
There's a building just like this in New York, designed by the same guy.
Yeah.
And Chicago has
that's
one as
right.
well.
There's a big black tower in the Wall Street area.
This is basically our Wall Street, Bay Street. This building here, this green one, used to be the Trump Tower. It was built as the Trump Tower.
Oh, wow.
And it was rebranded, sold off, and it was just a generic hotel for a little bit, and then they became the St. Regis, one of the highest end, most exclusive hotels there is.
Take some pictures, why not? I got some with the leaf in it. I like just candid pictures. Let's go snap, snap, snap.
The candid photographer. So
Oh, I
this
guess here is where you return your bike.
is-
There's
they
some
got
open
double.
stations.
No e-bikes available though.
Aren't
Wah, wah.
e-bikes banned here in Toronto?
No,
Supposedly?
e-bikes are allowed. You do have to wear a helmet by law with them.
Okay.
E-scooters, technically, they're legal in the province, and they actually created a pilot program for cities to sign up to. But idiotically, the city of Toronto declined it because one can only assume the city is run by morons. Well,
Well, you
one
know
can't
what?
assume that, one can know that. But yeah, e-scooters, technically they're banned. Fortunately, it's not enforced because their safety track record is exactly the same as like bikes and e-bikes. You know that, you ride
Yeah,
one. Like
I ride it.
you can follow all the rules of the road just the same.
As far as I'm concerned, it's allowed because if it's not enforced, then it might as well just not be a law at all. Or
Edward
prohibited.
Kendall, holy shit.
Whoa, Edward Kendall. You're supporting this guy big time.
Thank you,
Edward.
You have my word, I will take this guy out for dinner. Thank you, Edward.
Wait, are you Johnny Strauss?
I am. Do you mind being on the stream?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Yeah, we're live right now.
I watched so many videos when I was trying to figure out where to live.
Awesome. Where did you end up moving to?
St. Lawrence.
That's where we're going.
Yeah.
Not to be creepy, but awesome neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the city. Nice to meet you.
Awesome.
Cheers. A friendly viewer.
It's pretty cool.
And if you look north up Bay Street here, you get Old City Hall right at like kind of what would be the terminus. And you know the tower, the Elizabeth Tower, Big Ben in London?
That's right.
That is taller than it.
It looks exactly almost the same.
All right, we'll. Do you want to go along Front or King Street East?
Let's do King Street East.
Action
right
Kid.
through the skyscraper alley.
Well, we're gonna go by two of my favorite skyscraper cities, and again, holy shit for the $100 super chat. You have more than purchased us dinner, Edward. Thank you again very much for that. It's not often I make Action Kid jealous, but he'll
It's not
benefit.
about the money, it's about the thought that counts.
He'll benefit from that too. It's
Yeah.
exactly about the thought. Hell, I'm just happy anyone watches and doesn't close the stream right away.
Who wants to watch us, right?
This is my favorite skyscraper.
This is cool. It's kind of like a rustic kind of
Yeah.
look to it. And it's not. It's a modern building.
Yeah, I remember when this guy went up in the late 80s, early 90s, Scotia Plaza. I've-
Scotia Plaza.
I've had the privilege of going way up to an office near the very top. And on the right, we have something a New Yorker would be familiar with, a magnificent Art Deco skyscraper, which we can actually see better. Because it's a transit priority corridor, it's really easy to cross the street here. And no, that's not jaywalking, that's legal in Toronto.
Okay.
It's only jaywalking if you cross against a signal. But this guy, this used to be the tallest building in the Commonwealth.
CIBC.
It surpassed the Royal York Hotel, and but that's Commerce Court West on the right. This is Commerce Court North, and they're building a new Commerce Court pretty soon. That'll be even taller than both of them.
So it's kind of like the Toronto Dominion Center.
Kind of. Yeah, a collection of towers, but these ones all complement each other, right?
Yeah, they're all like the same kind of style.
But yeah, this is easily the best piece of Art Deco architecture in the city. I mean,
It's
some might
amazing.
say the R.C. Harris water treatment plant, which I think you'll be seeing, but
You know what's the problem with this though? The streetcar lines ruin the picture here and the view. But what can
New
you
Yorker
do?
complaining about streetcar lines. JS reminds him of the Rockefeller Center a bit.
Yeah, it does. And then this building, the Scotia Plaza, this is something cool. Go. Boom. Skyscraper.
Oh my!
Hi. Oh my goodness. What's up, Mr. Continuum
Nice to meet you.
and Megan?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Toronto.
No acknowledgement from you?
No,
We all
no.
know who Mr.
Congrats
Strauss is.
on the channel.
Thanks,
Megan
thank you.
has launched a YouTube career.
Oh, nice. Wow, I didn't know
Her
that.
videos are
New to
of
me.
immensely higher quality than Ken's, but I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know if he
can't
lets
deny
her.
That. I can't deny that.
No, but we got four YouTubers right
I
here.
know. There's a YouTube inception now.
So where are you kids off to?
Union Station. Yeah, Megan's train is leaving shortly, so we just
Okay.
thought we'd, just by luck, we just happened to be in the same area at the same time. So
That's funny.
Yeah.
I know. And we were walking on King Street East. We had the option of going down south, and
Right.
I'm glad we came down here.
We're keeping track, though. We're keeping track.
Oh, so it's not exactly.
No, it wasn't just a run in.
We had to take a couple turns here and there. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
I like your bag, Ken. It's very.
Yeah,
It's
this
stylish.
is Megan's 80-pound
Nope.
bag that
Nope.
she takes for every weekend visit.
No, that is your bag.
Not a plastic bag this time,
Yeah,
right?
not a plastic. I have mine in my back pocket though. Yeah,
Okay.
my plastic one. It's ready for whatever I have to put in it.
Well, we were actually thinking of Ken also has a channel in Toronto and live streams of doing like a three-way collab,
yeah, that would be
the
awesome.
collaboration
Yeah.
with camera kind of three-way,
That would be really fun. Yeah.
and we could
Yeah.
even do it live stream style.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could figure it out, or
Yeah.
because if we did, I don't know, an hour in each channel, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out. But
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm sure Ken, they're both Kens.
Yeah.
Yeah, two Kens.
Toronto's big enough for two Kens.
We'll do some collabing and leave me out. Feeling very sorry for myself, but
Sounds good. Yeah. You all will be in touch.
all
Figure
right.
out some
Well,
fun stuff.
the Ken Continuum, all one word. If you want to check him out,
Yeah.
Megan's. How do I spell your channel name?
Megan Sandor, just my name.
Just put Megan Sandor Barbie, and I'm sure it'll come up.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, good to see you guys.
The Union.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Have fun. Where
Gotta
you
catch a
headed?
train,
See
right?
you again soon.
You headed that way?
Yeah, we're going to St. Lawrence. We're
Nice.
probably going to finish around
Yeah.
Distillery,
Enjoy. That is
and then we're going to
nice.
record another video, come back. Then he's going to do maybe another live stream tonight. Then I'm
Yeah.
going to do a live stream later tonight. It's a busy day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people rest on weekends, but.
Not the YouTube.
Okay. Well, enjoy the
Nope.
rest of your stream.
Well, nice to see you guys.
All right. Yeah.
See you soon.
Finally, nice to
Enjoy
meet
the
you.
rest of your
I
stay.
can't wait
Not
to see
in
what bag
person,
you
not
have next.
virtually.
This is a.
Yeah.
This thing weighs like as much as I do.
Oh, my camera bag is heavy, so.
All right.
All right. Take care. Have fun.
Cheers.
Wow. I didn't expect to run into them that early.
I had a hunch he would because I reached out to him earlier today.
Okay.
Michael says they look awesome with the new hair. Well, that was the Ken Continuum and Megan Sandor.
Mr. Continuing. Finally meet the guy with the same name as me.
When you have a video on his channel, he'll have to call it the Ken's Collaboration.
Yeah, we should.
I know some of my viewers dislike the word collab. Here's one of the skinniest towers in the city. That is One
Whoa,
King West.
This is weird. Like, it looks like it's built on top of the building next to it.
It
and
is.
Even
It
encroaches
is. That's
on
one.
top of it.
That I think is the first true high-rise in the city of Toronto on the left. And they incorporated. This is a hotel condo.
Whoa.
And I had a friend who had a room there, so I had a chance to film a video in there. It's kind of neat.
This is so strange.
It looks really awesome from like the south down Yonge Street.
I am impressed with weird architecture like this. And I even noticed a few things Johnny did it when we were in the Kensington Market. There was like a little home there, like in between all these big buildings.
One of the reasons for that is you actually kind of stop and smell the roses. I just walk right through places. So Action Kid's a lot more likely to notice little things like that.
What's the point of these barriers? Like, it prevents cars
Yeah,
from
because this
turning
is
here?
where people step on and off streetcars. So this would prevent someone.
Oh, I see.
If someone made like a right turn and
That's a
stayed
good
in that
idea.
lane, they might just
Whoa. That was almost a car crash.
a near miss. So you want to stick to King here, or do you want to go down to
Let's go down the
front?
front now.
Okay, we're
Because
gonna.
right now it looks like the skyscrapers are ending.
Yep. See, like that. If that guy just went around the corner and stayed to the right.
Yep.
All right, let's go down that side. We'll get more sunlight.
Okay.
So this is Yonge Street, and we are. Debbie says nothing wrong with smelling the roses. Yeah, that's just not my style of filming. I'm a point A to point B kind of guy. Ken is very much like me too. We walk really fast.
I kind of try to do it and also point out the small details.
Well, I'm kind of a short attention span person, so I kind of make videos tailored to that. Also, when I'm walking without the camera, I'm generally the fastest person on the sidewalk.
I've noticed, which I do too when I'm trying to get somewhere.
So we are going south down to Front Street, and I would like to show Action Kid the Esplanade, but I think I would also like to show him Berczy Park. So we're gonna go. We could go left at
This
Wellington.
is kind of interesting. Now, One King West, you look up and now it's much larger.
So we're gonna see a really cool view of this building. Marge says, "Wow, 9:28 in the house." Thank you, everyone. Yes. Well, Action Kid was gracious enough to make a community post on his channel, letting his viewers know that they could find him here, who tuned in droves yesterday for his Toronto live stream.
We'll see what happens tonight if I decide to go.
Where
live. I might
would
be
you be streaming
out of
tonight?
energy. Depends where we end up.
Oh, you would do it right after?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll get something to eat first and then go live afterwards.
So we might be competing tonight. Do I have your permission to view part of your stream from my Stumble stream?
Oh, for sure.
So you're not
Go
gonna.
ahead.
All right. So if we are both streaming at the same time, we might drop in. I'm not gonna just play his stream on my stream. That's kind of lame. But we might, check in.
I'm on a street I'm very familiar with already, Yonge Street.
Jennifer Gala just cut her cable. Told the agent you're watching the best content on YouTube in 4K. Johnny and Action Kid. You know what, Jennifer Gala? I have Amazon Prime, I have Netflix, I have Crave, which is like HBO and Showtime combined for Americans. I have Disney, I have Star, which is part of Disney, which is like Hulu. I have every service under the sun available, and I watch YouTube 90% of the time. Well, look at this cyclist. That Brinks truck is getting awfully close to him.
Gosh.
So yeah, you're right. YouTube is the best. There's a private park there at that CIBC building that's new that had a reputation for kicking people out who were filming and just taking pictures. And right after it opened, Ken went there and he got kicked out.
Oh my gosh. We're coming up on Front Street. This is the Canadian Hockey Hall of Fame, right?
Okay, we're gonna give it back to Action Kid. He's gonna direct the live stream for.
I'm getting used to this now. We have the Hockey Hall of Fame over here. This is Union Station at Front Street. You can see the GO train pulling into the station. Sounds like I know my way around Toronto already, at least along Yonge Street. Tim Hortons Hockey Hall of Fame Special Edition. I didn't notice that before. Yeah. A lot of people told me I should go into the Hockey Hall of Fame.
I think if you're a sports fan, yes. If you're not,
Yeah, I'm not a hockey person.
do it.
I mean,
Do it if you're in Toronto for a very, very long time.
I only know Wayne Gretzky, and that's because he's like the person with like the most records in hockey.
Let's just go straight here. Because that building you liked, 1 King West, we'll get a really nice view of it.
Meridian Hall. I don't know anything about Meridian Hall.
The Hummingbird Center / O'Keefe Center. But right here, we get a cool view of the CN Tower.
Canada National Tower.
It looks a little fatter from this side, 1 King West.
A little bit, yeah. Trinitex says I won't want to leave Toronto. I think I will eventually. I mean, I do have a limited amount of time to stay here because I'm not a resident of Canada. I'm only a visitor. I have limitations on how long I can stay here.
Do you want to guide us a little more?
Okay, we'll take a look. I mean, I know we're headed towards the St. Lawrence Market here. It's just so funny when I went past customs, the guy was like, "Sir, what's your purpose of visiting Toronto?" Vacation. I mean, not Toronto, Canada. And he's like, "Oh, first time in Toronto? Yeah. I want to see CN Tower, St. Lawrence Market." He's like, "Okay, here you go. You're good."
Those are things people entering illegally obviously would say though, right? Like they would be trained to say that.
I know.
Like the people in like the call centers that pretend they're from here. "Oh yes, I know CN Tower. It's very good."
Yeah. The guy's like, "Okay, he looks like an innocent enough tourist. We'll let him in."
So we're gonna go to this park. That's where the dog fountain is. That's Berczy Park. Just south of here is the Esplanade. That's a pretty neat street. And this building here is kind of like a Flatiron building.
Kind of looks like it.
We're on the wrong side to see it. You'd have to see it from.
Michael just caught Tom Segura as Meridian Hall a couple of weeks ago. Really cool. Trinitex says I'll be out of Toronto come wintertime. Chris R at $5. Everyone should contact their local members of parliament and insist on Action Kid be made an honorary Canadian citizen.
What'll happen to my channel if that happens?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, let's cross. All right, I'll. Thank you, Chris R, very much for your super.
I mean, the benefits of being a United States citizen is that we can visit Canada for up to 6 months. So that's a long amount of time.
So we are entering what is my favorite of the downtown parks. Grange Park would be a close number 2, but I just really like the vibe at this place. And you've got the Flatiron building. That's the back of the Flatiron building right there.
This fountain is cool.
Let's see if he can spot the cat in the fountain.
I see the dogs. What cat? You shouldn't have told me there was one here. I could have noticed something. All right, let me see if there's anything strange here. I see a bunch of different dog breeds.
Okay, well, there's something very...
Why is that one not spitting water?
Well...
What are you doing here?
Where is he looking? At the birds.
Oh, wow.
There's birds on that post. I wanted to see if Action Kid would pick up on that, but I guess I gave it away too fast.
Yeah. There's a bone at the top of the fountain.
You get a better view from this side with the... Here, we'll put the wide angle on.
I guess a lot of people, they'll mess around with these statues and do something like this, like shit on them.
Novell says there's also a squirrel there. Can you spot the squirrel? The best pictures are from this side because you get like skyscrapers in the background.
Oh, this is, yeah.
Like right over here is like the classic.
I gotta take a picture here. Yeah. I still think the fountain at Nathan Phillips Square is better though.
Not a vote of confidence. AK should take pictures there. I think AK was just taking pictures there, right? All right, let's keep moving.
Yeah, we can.
We've got a Distillery District.
That's pretty cool. I like how they put the street art along the windows.
Okay, we can go up that way. That is art done by a Canadian artist named Daniel Besant. And the Distillery District, that's where we're heading. This was the headquarters of the company that owned the Distillery District.
Okay.
Gooderham and Worts. It was a whiskey distillery. And this building was built as their headquarters. Unfortunately, there's a lot of construction around the front side of the building.
It looks like there's a tarp here that's nailed in and it's highlighting the windows.
All right, let's.
It's like kind of like a virtual illusion, optical illusion.
Michael Strathmore agrees that Action Kid's opinion on the Nathan Phillips Square fountain being better is the correct one. Okay, we're gonna cross the street. I just want to get away from. Whoa. So this is a very kind of like European feel, all these buildings here. It's not something we have a whole lot of. Action Kid seems unimpressed by that. Oh, have you ever experienced a Banksy photo
Never.
or a picture? There's a Banksy right around the corner from here.
Okay.
Maybe we'll save that. Yeah,
This
there's.
looks like a very old part of the city.
Yeah, the old downtown was actually in St. Lawrence. There's a few big fires. One of them ravaged the St. Lawrence, I think around 1849.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they're speaking French. You don't hear a whole lot of that.
This reminds me a lot of Boston, actually, when I went. Like the Faneuil Hall area and the Haymarket. That's what it really reminds me of. This kind of architecture is very similar.
There used to be like a plaque here that talked about the significance. So your Flatiron building was covered up in like hoarding for a. When I was in New York, I couldn't really get a good picture.
It's starting to come off now.
Our Flatiron building has a bunch of construction around it. And they're preparing Wellington Street for the streetcar tracks just on the right there. JS says Toronto seems like a bunch of different cities thrown together.
In a way, it kind of does, because like you have these random little neighborhoods all over the place that, you know, it's single-family homes and then huge condos, and then you have the commercial district. It's kind of quirky in its own way.
Well, you can blame our poor zoning for that. But we'll continue along.
But you know what I want to complain about? This haphazard construction. It looks like a lot of these aren't even coned off or caution taped off. People could like trip into these holes very easily. I mean,
Are you saying this board is not adequate?
yeah. It's not.
You know what is cool though? When you see a plaque like this on the building and it tells you information like how old, what this history is. Like this building's not even that old, but it got heritage status and it's from 1982. So that tells you it's probably All right, that guy is dropping a lot of. Oh, there's St. James Cathedral. That's an absolutely stunning building, and there's a nice park. You'll be that way at some point. Yeah, so that's the St. Lawrence Market straight ahead. It's a bit quieter now.
All right.
Given the time of day, the market is closed.
Oh, St. Lawrence Market's closed now?
Yeah, and it's not going to open tomorrow, I think.
Really?
Yeah, definitely check out the hours before you go
Okay.
there. The new St. Lawrence Market, the Northern Market, is almost built.
Store closing. Oh, for renovations.
And this street here was pedestrianized. Action Kid called 311 to ask if he was in NYC. So there is the St. Lawrence Market.
It has a very, very similar look to it, like Boston's Quincy Market. Almost the exact same setup.
And there's a look south down Market Street.
I know I'm comparing Toronto to Boston a lot, but I see a lot. It's like New York and Boston combined. That's what I feel like Toronto is.
Like New York and Boston.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna mute it just for. Okay, got the audio back. Sorry guys, we were just walking through a bit of a minefield of copyright music, but it's all good now. We're gonna take
Yeah.
Action Kid around to the backside.
I mean, I could see into it. I could see why this would draw a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a really famous market. Hey, there goes a Porter airplane just taking off. Maybe we should have came up here when it was open, but you get a neat view overlooking the Esplanade.
Really, really cool little place.
So would you live stream back up to Yonge St. Clair?
I don't
How many
know.
steps have you taken today? I have taken 20,000.
Let me check my iPhone. I've taken 21,717.
So Action Kid's a little more than me. There is the Esplanade. There's a lot of great like patios and stuff that way. And that's where the Banksy is. And those towers over there are the Distillery District, so we got to get moving.
Okay.
We're an hour and 13 in. This Johnny Stumbles stream tonight is jeopardizing itself. Hey, Buster Sea Cove. So this is Lower Jarvis Street coming up.
So you have to be careful because Canadian Thanksgiving is coming up soon. St. Lawrence Market's closed Sunday and Monday next week. I just saw the sign.
I will note that. Oh, you're going to be here for Canadian Thanksgiving.
I will, yeah.
So there's a look south down Jarvis Street. Or should I say Lower Jarvis. And we've had all kinds of problems with this. This is a dedicated bus and cycle lane, and yet cars keep driving down it. Anywhere that's red, look at this car.
What?
It says, do not enter right there. TTC and bicycles accepted. But there's a green traffic light there, and that's what screws with drivers.
They should make it a bus green light instead of a solid green color.
But drivers should know the solid red means they can't go, but it is kind of confusing, but
Huh.
This has been like a battleground with like locals and the police. Just because, like you just saw that driver just blatantly go along where they're not supposed to. And if you were new to the area, you probably wouldn't know any better. You just see green light, it's clear, I'm gonna go.
I mean, if I was driving there, like it was a small sign, I'd probably drive through it too, without knowing.
Sanjay and Kingston is going to Montreal for Canadian Thanksgiving. Juan Matzar 149 super chat. Thank you, Juan Matzar.
Thank you, Juan.
Thank you very much. It is very much appreciated. So what our plans are, after this live stream, we're gonna do, I did a video for Action Kids channel earlier today, and he's gonna return the favor and do one with me for my channel, since we're here and we have camera in hand. So he's gonna be hitting 30,000 steps easily.
Easy.
And tomorrow you're not gonna have a rest day, you're just gonna, ooh, look
I'll
at
see
that.
how it is.
A
What?
cop got somebody, a bike cop. Woo!
Ooh, green ticket.
Getting pulled over by a bike cop, possibly for a violation at the Esplanade.
Driving on the King Street, no, whatever that street was. The bus lane, maybe.
Doing something wrong.
Fines increase. Ooh, that's not good for them.
All right, so we are at Front and Jarvis.
Wow, these glass skyscrapers do not help with the sun.
Action Kids is
It's
not.
really bad.
That's why when you plan, you're like, as soon as you hit midday and later, you want to be walking this direction. You want the sun at your back. You don't want to be doing a video walking towards the sun.
Unless it's in a place where there's large skyscrapers on both sides. And it
But
doesn't
even
matter.
even then, like it's not going to be like that for more than a few minutes, and you're still going to hit that sun, and find yourself like crossing the street, trying to like, why play that game? Just walk in this direction. There's no camera in the world that's going to like make walking into the sun like that look good. That's one thing about being in New York, I noticed. It felt like you're almost always in like shade. Like just there was just so many shadows being cast. In terms of local Canadian things to try, this is not one. Don't bother.
Pizza. Okay. But Tim Hortons, that was good.
You're a fan of Timmy's?
Yeah.
What else?
I haven't had much yet. I tried Holy Chuck, which is good. I don't want to reveal the other places I've eaten at because I want to release them slowly on my second channel.
Your second channel being
But-
Johnny Stumbles?
Yep. Here's the Toronto
He
Bike
said, yeah.
Cops.
AK Extra is the
Whoa.
second channel.
These people are serious. Look at all the equipment they're carrying.
I like it though. I think the community
They're good.
engagement is better when they're on a bike than when they're in a car. And a lot of our like police cars are like these gray. Yeah, that guy just brazenly riding his e-bike on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Now 4 of them in a row.
Have you been this far on the east side of downtown yet?
Oh, never. I haven't gone past Yonge Street, only this way.
Ooh.
Yonge Street is the furthest east I've been so far until right now.
There's the Museum of Illusions.
Might be an illusion that I'm here, right?
Maybe. I think the last time I did a walking live stream, I came along front in the other direction along this stretch. Oh well. It's all good.
Reopening fall 2022.
This place is undergoing a massive renovation. I wonder if this is why if that's complete. This is like a young people's theater. You know what? Let's go down to the Esplanade. We are heading towards the Distillery District in the St. Lawrence neighborhood. We're gonna.
There's a lot of low-rise buildings now. There were condos before and apartment buildings, but now there's no middle ground here.
This is the neighborhood where I used to live. Hey, we broke the 1K barrier. Thank you all 1,000 plus of you for tuning in.
That's amazing, wow.
Well, I have Action Kid to thank for that, at least in part. But if you like these kind of two-person live streams, I can do some more of them in the future. Maybe we'll be able to get Action Kid in on a few, since he seems to be able to take an unlimited amount of steps in a day.
I mean, look at these shoes. They're they've been seeing the feet of, I mean, the grounds of everywhere I travel. So.
Hello, Josh.
Look at these pigeons just hanging up in the tree.
Rebecca likes the old buildings. So we're gonna go to the Esplanade, then we're gonna take that over to Distillery. We're almost there.
Distillery.
I told Action Kid when we were in Chinatown, this might be like a 40-45 minute stream. I'm thinking if I just marched from here to Distillery, it's gonna take about 40 minutes. The part of my brain that calculates how much it really takes to live stream didn't kick in. C-Pan enjoys the two-person live streams. JS is asking, what kind of shoes are those?
These are
Do you know a model?
New Balance Walking Tour, I think it's called.
The
Not
Walk
exactly
Forever
sure.
edition?
Yeah. I'll let people in on a little fact. I packed 2 shoes for my trip to Canada because if one wears down, I don't trust the cobbler to repair it while...
The cobbler?
Yeah.
You don't just go buy a new pair of shoes?
No, it actually works. It'll work and I'll repair it like 2-3 more times.
You don't trust a Canadian cobbler? Is that what you're saying?
It'll take time to
I find that offensive. I think a Canadian cobbler could out-cobble a New York cobbler any day.
Yeah. But yeah, try repairing your shoes. It's much cheaper than buying a new pair. You can do it like another 2-3 times before the leather uppers start wearing out. At least these shoes.
There you go. Tips. I have 2 pairs of shoes on rotation. A pair of Under Armour and a pair of Allbirds. Mike Landry. $10 enjoying the stream. Action Clade. Glad you are in Toronto. Thank you, Mike Landry.
Yes, I'm very glad I'm in Toronto.
I rewatched all of his stream. I didn't have much time, but I rewatched it, or the part I missed from yesterday. I often lurk in Ken's streams.
Just give me another week and I'll be speaking Torontonian.
Eh?
Torontonian, eh?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, Shugun?
How do you say the street name?
The street name is Shubin. Shubin Streets. And I'll give you a few loonies to go with it, right? It's called the loony after the bird.
You'll give me a cent for your
A
thoughts.
loon. The loon's the one that you always hear in the movies. The loon call whenever they want to have like a strange moment in the movies. And the $2 coin's called the toonie.
It is.
Yeah. See, I know some stuff.
You know some stuff?
Yeah, I know some stuff.
All right. Teach us some stuff. Action Kid is driving the bus again.
Okay. Mini Sue says, unless your dog chews your shoes and the cobbler laughs. Yeah, that will not be good. So we're at those two large buildings that you were saying before. This is the Distillery District?
No, they're straight ahead. This is St.
Oh.
Lawrence neighborhood.
Okay.
But this is Princess Street. I used to live just to the right. I'm just gonna wander away. We've got wireless mics, so anything
Okay.
I can talk to you guys, and Action Kid can't hear them when I'm further away. So
I'm
he
taking
has
over Johnny's stream now.
no idea what I'm saying.
Hey, we got a super chat from Cindy Lou Who.
Ooh, thank you,
$4.99.
Cindy. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for commandeering the thing. And it looks like the battery is going to hold out just until we get to St. Lawrence.
Yeah, does look like that. I noticed there's a lot of park space around here.
Yeah, well, we're walking along David Crombie Park, and there's a lot of like co-op apartment buildings.
Uh-huh.
I used to go to that subway all the time when I lived here.
Dean's vlog saying you're still getting over the pronunciation of Etobicoke.
Etobicoke?
It's not Etobicoke, it's Etobicoke, as I've learned. It only took me a day to learn that. It's not Etobicoke or Etobicoke.
And what was the art event you attended last night?
Nuit Blanche.
There we go.
I said Nuit Blanc or Nuit Blanche, I don't know.
I got so much guff in Montreal for my mispronunciation of like French words.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, I went there, I tried my best. Sorry, I said some things incorrectly.
I know I've learned some Canadian places and street names here in Toronto. Roncesvalles.
Roncesvalles.
Okay.
Some don't say the S though.
All right.
So the easy way out is
There's
just say Roncy.
There's a street that looks like Runnymede, but it's Runnymede.
People say Runnymede.
Oh, Runnymede. Okay. And we've got the Queen's Quay, not the Queen's Quay.
Have you came across the street spelled S-T-R-A-C-H-A-N?
No.
How would you say that?
S-T what?
S-T-R-A-C-H-A-N.
Strappen?
It's
What?
Strawn.
Strawn.
That's probably the hardest one because you're never going to guess that if you haven't heard it before.
Wow.
That people will be like, Strachan? Strachan? Strachan?
And even the name of the city, Toronto. People say Toronto, Toronto, Toronto,
Trana?
Toronto, Toronto. We're in Toronto now. What? What's that?
What's that about, eh?
Even I say Toronto, or Toronto, Toronto. I don't even pronounce the second T. Maybe it's the New Yorker in me because we don't pronounce a lot of stuff. Like we have a lot of water here. Not water, it's water. That's why I don't pronounce the second T in Toronto. Lisa says second T is not heard. Yeah. I think most people, they say Toronto, not Toronto. Surf Paradise, $5. Glad to see you together. Greetings from Miami Beach, Martha and Javier.
Ooh, thank you very much for your support and your super chat. This is great.
Yeah.
Maybe what I could do next time is I could just stay home and you could take my gimbal and my phone out and just walk around and stream it.
Oh my gosh.
Put an announcement on your channel that you're streaming. I have no problems with that, do you?
Hung Mao says I need to do a I'm walking here in Toronto.
I'm walking here.
I'm walking here. I gotta do the Canadian way. I'm walking here.
Who would be the Canadian Archie Bunker? Like
I'm
Al
walking
Waxman,
here,
maybe?
What's the solar boots?
This is where Upper Canada was founded. The first Parliament buildings were here.
Aha.
In 1793, it was decided to move the capital of Upper Canada from Niagara to York, which is now Toronto. There's some history for you.
Super, super cool.
And this is called Parliament Square Park.
No
No
dogs
do-
allowed. Ooh.
They've got a dog. There's all these people with dogs here. So what are your plans for tomorrow?
I don't know yet. I have to see what happens tonight. But hopefully I could explore more of Toronto.
Toronto?
Yeah. Whoa. It's a good selfie.
Always fishing. We might be able to get a better thumbnail for this
Okay.
in the Distillery District.
The Distillery District.
Which
What
is
do, what do they distill here?
nothing.
Nothing?
I think there's actually a vodka distillery in here now.
Okay.
And there's a brewery in here, but I think it's nothing more than for show. But it used to be the Gooderham and Worts Whiskey Distillery.
Oh, that's why it's called the Distillery District.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Tommy Boy?
Never.
Oh, well, much of that was filmed here.
Well, this is pretty unique. It's like a open space between the buildings.
Mix of new and old.
And you definitely know it's the Distillery District because it says the distillery on it. Mill Street.
How many? We're at 969?
969. We just got a low battery warning, 20% battery.
Well, I use the iPhone 12 non-max. So it's just the regular. But, oh, I cranked my screen brightness all the way up too. That's why.
That's why it,
That's a battery. But you have to on a day like this when the sun's out.
for sure.
I don't use a battery pack like you. I don't anticipate going for like hours and hours. So
Well, even I don't really expect it either.
yeah, but sometimes you stream for like 2.5, 3 hours, and then you go back out and you do it again, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of nuts. Do you want to switch back?
Sure.
All right.
So, I would assume a lot of people would take pictures inside this park. Are there any good like angles that people take from here? I guess
This is like the
only here.
classic right here in the heart.
I gotta take a tourist picture, obligatory tourist picture. There we
Hello,
go.
Naughty Brown.
I'm sure a lot of people do one of these in here, you know. Or they have like some romantic stuff.
Something like that, eh? Segway, you can do a Segway tour here, but because it's a Segway, they only can stay on private property.
Oh.
There's a cafe.
So this distillery district is pretty large.
Oh yeah, well we're barely into it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk to the other side of the distillery and then we're gonna turn around and record again.
Art gallery.
Yeah, there's a lot of galleries in here. Every year they hold a big Christmas market, which is really cool. Last
I
year,
see the clock up ahead. That's historic. What is this? Like a three-legged spider with an eye in the middle?
there's one of these in Ottawa, right by like the big National Art Gallery.
You would think that Nuit Blanche is still in town with this. Speaking of which, we were in Toronto for the whole day. I didn't see anything like to indicate Nuit Blanche was in town yesterday at all. They
No.
cleared all that out quick.
Yeah, well, I think it finished at like 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Like the views because of the stream on the right real time. Well, thank you. AK, we're gonna finish our walk through the Distillery District, so we'll hang on a little bit longer. After a day like this, I like to make my next day like a scooter or e-bike kind of day.
That's true.
I could easily walk this again, but you do feel it a little bit in your legs and your feet when you have like a 30,000 step day.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't because you're not human. Ken does it in like those Chucks, those little thin Converse.
Yeah, I can't imagine how he does it.
Like zero
and he
support
carries
shoes.
a huge bag with him.
Well, I think that's just a special circumstance today.
Oh, this is gorgeous here with the
Remember
clock.
you mentioned the Balzac's Coffee?
Yeah.
That's like their flagship location.
Where? Oh.
In that old building, that's a Balzac's Coffee.
Very similar, like Boston type vibes. I know I mentioned it a lot, but
Leave it alone.
for real.
It's not Boston. Juan Matzar, 199 super sticker. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
you.
All right, my battery is low, so we're gonna get moving to the other end of the distillery. So this is Mill Street, and there's the Mill Street Brewery, which is kind of famous. It used to be like an independent craft brewery, but it got purchased, unfortunately, by Molson. And there's Spirit of York. That's a distillery. I don't know if they just do like token distilling or distilling here. They do have some of the distilling facilities.
Wow, look at this. Goes
But-
all the way down.
It's like a postcard view.
You can get some good pictures here.
Oh yeah, this is a super Instagrammable place.
And I'm sure during the holidays they decorate this all too. Of course, glass building in front of us, shining the sun right in front of our face, reflecting it when we don't want it to.
Here's the love locks. I think every city has something like this.
No, New York doesn't have something like this.
Does this area give you a bit of a Dumbo vibe, or is it more Boston?
More Boston.
Everything with this guy is Boston.
Well, New York was more like Young Street, Financial District. This is more Boston.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody come to Toronto and be like, this is Boston vibes.
Yeah.
Like, I've been to Boston. I kind of see it. Boston's downtown is like tiny though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is
Like
much bigger than
what we've walked on just
anything.
this live stream would cover everything worth seeing in Boston. And we've,
Yeah.
like Boston's an awesome city, but its footprint is not big. So we're just gonna go to Cherry Street.
You know what this kind of reminds me a little bit too is Philadelphia. Philadelphia has like an old town like this and very similar.
All right, so my phone is down to 12% battery. Can we make, if it does cut out, I just want to thank everyone for watching. Huge thanks to our mods and to Action Kid for coming along. I don't normally stream like these on Sunday afternoons. I usually just do a few random live streams throughout the week. But, you know, it was a good day to do this. My fantasy football team was getting killed.
Whatever I'm smelling is very good now.
The Clooney Cafe, maybe. Pastry, sandwiches. Ooh. All right, my phone is threatening me. We're under 10%.
We'll make it. Isn't this the sign for the end?
Yep.
Okay. You got plenty of time.
And I am at 22,900 steps. I'm surprised we went and had that bubble tea before this live stream, and I don't have to go to the bathroom yet. I thought for sure there was going to be a need. Cars can't really go south here because they're reconfiguring Cherry Street and the whole Portland's
I
project.
see.
But there's the King Street Distillery Loop. There's the look north up Cherry. An entrance into the distillery. And Action Kid. So I just want to thank Action Kid for coming along. He graciously donated an hour and 40 minutes of his time towards a very good cause. Yours and my entertainment. So thank you, Action Kid. I hope if you're not subscribed to him 100%, go check out his channel because you're going to be seeing his perspective on the best city in the universe, the known universe. There's probably better cities in other universes we don't know about yet. But who's to say? It's a big, vast expanse out there.
Yep. And I wasn't really impressed with this walk. We saw a lot.
Yeah.
Right from the expanses of Chinatown through the financial district, entertainment district, the distillery district, which doesn't distill much anymore, but it's a big tourist attraction.
I think the amazing thing about the live stream we did today was we could have done like 10 other routes that all would have been just as interesting, and we wouldn't have like done the same thing. Like that's the beauty of the city, and I think that's one of the reasons why Action Kid came here. So thanks to our mods. Like, subscribe if you haven't. I'm gonna go live again tonight on my other channel, Johnny Stumbles. It's a different kind of live. Action Kid very well may go live soon in like 30, 40 minutes, if he might. I'm not gonna have a very long video to record. Either way, you should be subscribed to him. Huge thanks. So we are going to peace out. Thank you, mods. Thank you, channel members. Thank you, Patreon supporters. Thank you to everyone who sent supers and support during the stream. Have a good day, and I will catch you on the next one.